Hi all, welcome to pantech eLearning. Thank you for watching our video. If you like this video, kindly click on the like button and share the video to your friends. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Particular kind of a system, it is nothing but known as the IoT, known as Internet of Things. So today we are completely going to see how to create a web page using Flask. So from Flask we will be creating a web page. We will be deploying it in a Raspberry Pi, and from Raspberry Pi we will be controlling two LEDs. So in this particular way only, here we will be just working with interfacings, what are the package and how that particular HTML code is being saved to create that particular web page with button, and how the HTML and the Flask, everything has been integrated using Python code. So that will be today's complete task. So how this particular Flask, it has been enabled over here. So from that particular basics only, we will be just going on along with the comparison. Now within this, here we have all the codes. So this is the procedure to work in the Flask whenever to generate a Flask server. So first we are importing rpa.gpio to enable the pins. Then from Flask we are importing the Flask render template and request. Then here we are declaring the name as app equal to Flask within that name. So whatever the name here we are providing onto this particular app.py, that particular name only should be over here. So instead of that we can create any names, no issues at all. And hereby we are declaring our pins. So GPIO 23 and GPIO 24 initially will be in low state, that is turn off. For pin and pins, there we have seen that inside the HTML, that particular for loop. So that particular for loop only here also it has been applied. So initially the GPIO setup, it is applied as output pin as well as the low pin for both the pins. Okay, that's what here it has declared as variable pins. GPIO for pin in pins, pin will be the variable, pins will be the variable for these two. So that is the particular procedure. Then app.root. So initially the routing will be started. Why the routing means to enable that particular server or to host that particular server where we have connected our Raspberry Pi. Then as a main function within the pins, this pin will be taken as the input. So inside the pin means the button value only will be taken as input. Whenever you press that button, the input will be provided. If the message is on, therefore the light will be turned on, else it will be turned off. Then we have to create the template data. So here the name should be changed. It's not template, it's template. So that name has been changed. Now from that template data will be taken completely to manage the pins, because inside the template only we have a function known as main.html. So rendering the template with main.html with all the data, because there inside that particular template Here the function is defined as template data. So this particular data only, here it is sent as template data over there. Now from that, here we will be routing the HTML file. So change pin, according to the pin, the action also will be changed. So now we are going to create for the action part, def action. So once the pin, whenever it is getting changed, that particular state, so based on that, here the action also gets changed. So what are the messages? If action equal to on, then change pin equal to high. If action equal to off, then the change pin equal to off, and the message also will be sent turned device name plus off. Now therefore, here we will be stating our pins in the dictionary part. So those are nothing but initial state as well as whatever the user is going to interact with that particular pin, that state also here we can able to change it. So on to that particular part, the template data, the pins, and again we are rendering it. Okay, now we have to generate that particular server with the respective port number. Inside the Raspberry Pi, from 5000 will be the starting port. So therefore that continuous ports we won't be able to get. Initially it will be changing automatically. So here port 5000 plus random integer from 0 to 9000. Within that any data whatever it is getting masked, therefore the server will be started up over here. So here the port will be printed. Along with that, this will be the URL for the API inside the Flask. So that particular URL with the host as well as the IP address along with the port, it will be distributed. So this particular link we can post it inside our web page to control the entire device. Finally, app.run using reloader, we will be able to refresh that particular server at each and every time. So whatever the request it has been sent between the browser as well as this Flask, we will be able to see that particular entire thing inside this terminal. Since the terminal positions are there, here this Python it won't support in order to run like this. Okay, so therefore initially we have applied this, and therefore now our port is 5815. So this will be our link. Copy that, open the browser, so paste and go. Now here we can see that particular CSS work. That CSS work only, here it has been completely mentioned. Now onto the hardware. Here we have that particular GPIO pins, GPIO 23 and GPIO 24. So we have connected that successfully. So hereby we can see that particular pins. Now everything is connected. So now I'm going to turn on 23 pin, and now therefore it is completely blown. Similarly I'm going to turn on 24. So each and every time the reload is applied, that's why the status also it is being applied over here. Now it has been turned off. Now this particular portion only, here we can say that IoT with Flask over here. Thank you for watching our video. If you like this video, kindly click on the like button and share the video to your friends. Don't forget to subscribe our channel.